You don't budget.
I do budget.
No, you don't.
Then you might be right, but I'm not.
Well, I am right.
You could be right and you could not be,
But no, I am. You were off by like $700.
okay, $700.
What do you mean?
I used that to pay for my grandmother's funeral, and she stayed in the freezer for 2 weeks.
Incorrect. The reason it's so high is because you spend a ton of money on things you don't need and you're not paying it off.
That's not gonna change regardless.
You can't cook on Friday because you're a child. Come on.
I'm not a child. I just choose.
Well,
not to
that's
have
an
to
action
cook.
of a child.
So I work Monday through Friday.
Oh no,
and then
you're an adult.
Bring me back at the end of the year, because right now you have this picture of me, right? Oh, you don't care. You just
It's in the numbers.
Right. And here's the thing. You're just talking about you're trying to pay off your bills and you went and go bought a $10,000
Hold on, not
car.
necessarily. Vanessa, welcome back to Financial Audit. There's a lot to live up on to this one with some statements you said in your previous financial audit. So last time you came up from San Antonio, are we still in San Antonio?
Yes, we are still in San Antonio.
Good. You were uploaded last late summer, early fall. And yeah, you moved to San Antonio for your 16-year-old to play basketball. And you were also kind of retired from the military and you moved from Tennessee. Of course, even though you made strong income, in the month you came in, you spent $1,148 on bullshit food, and you thought you were a 5 out of 10 Hammer financial score. You were kind of talking yourself up how you're making progress towards paying off your debt, and I told you to not bullshit me, and we learned that you kind of bullshit me. You spent more on the debt, bringing your debt higher than you actually ended up putting towards your debt. And then you said, oh, but that's because of a funeral. But then we learned on the statements we were looking at, it wasn't actually the month that the funeral expenses even occurred. So we learned that it was bull. Now, you told me you wanted to retire in 5 years. That was your big thing. And of course, we only recorded 8 months ago, just about. And you wanted to retire in Trinidad and Tobago. And the plan seemed a little, it wasn't fully established yet, but you had an idea of what you wanted to do. And I talked about, okay, maybe we save about $1 million or $100,000 a year, which, you made over 6 figures, and getting us to that 5-year goal if we wanted about $1.4 million to kind of live off of in Trinidad and Tobago. But then you said you had to take out a loan for your roof. It was $9,314. Then, of course, the Harley Davidson motorcycle came up. That was about $50,000. You could have got a used car for $10,000, of course. And but the big statement was, you said, if I bring you back at the end of the year, or a few months in the next year, by the way, but I'll see that you care and that you're listening. Of course, I recommend that you sell your bike immediately as a strategy. And that's kind of where we ended up. Now let me say what debts you had last time, and then I want to hear what's changed in your life. We had Southwest credit, $23,525 at 28%. That's insane. City double cash, $8,124. A loan for a roof, $9,314. That was 16% for a roof. My goodness. Harley Davidson, about $20,000, 6%. Mortgage, $370,000 at 2.25%. So that's great. But we had a home improvement loan for a pool. It was a 7% pool. That makes it even harder to sell a house, by the way. $50,486. Checking account, $300. Savings account, $0. But you did have lifetime from military coming in. So what has changed? What does life look like? We're talking 8 months later, 9 months later. What is going on?
Well, so I got to keep my bike. I paid off a lot.
You got to keep your bike, or you chose to keep your bike?
I got to keep my bike.
Okay.
So I paid off a lot of bills. Life has been really good. My acting has picked up quite a bit.
What's picked up quite a bit?
My acting and modeling.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. That feels like so long ago now.
It was.
Wow.
So, yeah.
I guess it was, yeah.
Yeah. So paid off a lot of debt.
So you're actually doing acting though?
Yeah.
Like real acting?
Yeah.
Okay. What is that looking like on let's say a quarterly basis? Because I know it's a little more ebb and flow on a monthly.
So far, I have a movie.
You did a movie?
Yeah, me and my kid, we were in a movie.
Were you paid for this?
Yes.
No, what were you paid for
I
this?
can't disclose that.
Oh.
Yeah, we're not gonna.
Okay. We will bleep it. Can you tell me?
No.
You can't even tell me.
Mm-mm.
Okay. Can we do ranges? Was it, around $10,000 in there?
Yeah. Around, yeah.
Okay. For how much work?
I was a detective.
Yeah, but how much work?
So it wasn't, actually, it really wasn't. We filmed for a couple of weeks, but we practiced for a couple of months. In between there,
Were you able to work in between?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Because I was going to say for a few months for only,
No. So nowadays they do everything, basically on Zoom. And then when it's time to film, then you go in for filming.
Okay, very cool.
Yeah.
Are we going to see it on TV?
Tubi.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Tubi.
What else you got?
So finished that one. We're about to start working on part 2 of the movie. I was in, All the Queen's Men, Chicago Fire.
All the Queen's Men. I feel like I've heard of that.
Yeah, it's a Tyler Perry movie, TV show. That comes
Yeah.
out. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Chicago Fire. That's one of the close your ears. Bullshit. Horrible cable TV shows. My gosh. Okay.
I went on it was a dating show.
Love is Blind?
No,
Love Island?
Look, I was trying to get on both of them, but no.
Bachelor in Paradise?
I tried for that
Bachelor?
too. No.
What are you on?
It's called Soul Dates.
And you were in it?
Yeah.
Did you find the love of your life?
No.
Maybe I need to start a dating show again.
No.
Okay, so we're picking up more acting gigs. That's making some money. You're getting the military distribution that you were receiving last time. I assume that hasn't really changed. Maybe inflation adjusted.
Yeah, it went up a little bit. And then I still have my job.
And you what?
Still have my job.
Yeah. Okay, so let's coming in on average on a monthly basis. Just across everything. We just pull from all the piles and we call it just an average month. What is coming in?
A month?
Yeah.
Probably 14,000.
I mean, that's delicious. In San Antonio, cheapest of the major cities in Texas. So stretched out pretty far. You already have your mortgage, though. Okay, so you said I got to keep my Harley Davidson.
Yeah, I paid it off.
You paid off your Harley.
Mm-hmm.
That's good or bad depending on the full context of the situation.
Well, you can look.
Let's jump into that now. You said your Hammer financial score 5 out of 10 last time. Obviously, we found out in the end. Some things boosted you, of course, with your real estate, a little bit of retirement. You're a 2.5 out of 10. So half of what you thought. Where do you think you are today?
I think because I'm on your show, probably a 5.
Well, we allow everyone to come back for follow-ups, even if they're the best of the worst. So anyone and everyone can come back on the follow-ups. So I don't know.
We'll see.
5? So you think you're a 5 now. You think you actually made it to the 5. Okay. If you want your Hammer financial score, it's free. Link in the description below. You can go to calebhammer.com as well. Take the equation and figure it out. So are you budgeting? How have you managed to pay off the Harley Davidson? What have you done? What does life look like? Is it just bringing in more money? Is it actually managing the money that's coming in? What have we done that is different?
Manage it. Manage it.
What have you been doing?
I haven't been going out to eat much. There's being the actor, I have to buy other stuff. So I have started my own business to do those finances because I have to separate.
You mean just
yeah.
Like establishing an LLC?
Yeah.
And then you're just contracted on, so you just use that as a pass-through?
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. Are you saving up your taxes adequately for that?
Yes.
Okay. How did last year's tax year go? Have you fully finished that and everything? 2024's taxes?
I just did them yesterday.
And? How'd we look?
What do you mean?
You filed. Did you owe more?
No.
Okay.
I did not.
Child tax credit.
No, I don't get that. My kid's 21.
Oh, he's 21?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, I forgot the age of the kid. All right, so you're budgeting?
Yep.
Good. How does that look? Are you ever over? Do you know your categories? How well are you down to the number? Down to the dollar?
I don't know. I don't get it to that deep. I just every month do a list of all the bills I have, and then I figure out which one I want to pay off first and work on that one. And once I pay that one off, I roll that money over and pay off another one, and so on and so on.
Cool. Well, you're a guest on the show. you get access to our budgeting app that I made specifically for people like you, the audience, myself. The entire team uses it. Literally, you get the premium version forever because you're a guest. It'll tell you down to the dollar. You set up your categories. It automatically connects your account. You can chat in the community there as well. People learning how to budget, people who are masters of budgeting. Be engaged on that. Download that. Seriously, just take advantage of it. We made it specifically to change people's financial lives, so take advantage of it. Let's start looking at these numbers. Okay, well, there's still a substantial balance on this card. $23,525 is what was owed on the Advantage card, Southwest card. It is still $19,827.93.
That says $1,500.
Oh wait, what the f- did I see?
I don't know, but it should say.
Oh, it's a payment. You made a payment of $19,401. Where'd that come from? $19,000. That's insane.
I told you my acting is coming very.
So it came all in at once, big lump sum, and you set aside money for taxes. Whoa! Immediately. So this just happened, bringing this card down to $1,522.28. That is incredible. That is incredible. Wow. So it all hit at once. Do we have any other thick daddy checks coming in like that soon? So we can just obliterate the rest of this? You make good money on a monthly basis, let's be real.
Well, that's the goal. I got a couple more castings coming up, so we'll see.
Casting calls or things that you've already been cast in?
Things that I'm going to be cast in.
Going to be?
Yeah.
You know already, or you're auditioning, you're confident?
No,
okay.
They already called.
Gotcha. Very good. So minimum payment is $20, but that's not what we're focusing on. We're focusing on paying this off. You're still purchasing on it, though. We got some tickets and beer code and some station and gas and some travel. So what's the intent with this card in the end? Is it to put money on it and then pay it off?
Well, so
on a
that's
monthly
going to be
basis?
the when I go for the different actings, keep track of it.
Yeah.
So like when I do rental cars, pay airline tickets or stuff like that, I'll only use that card for that.
But are you going to pay it off every single month?
Yeah.
Because my concern is, again, you built it up to $25,000.
Yeah.
The bones that you are building, the muscles that you are building that you have used to pay this off are good, but how sustainable is that? Is this something
that's going to be, like I said, the business for the modeling. So I
get that, but that doesn't mean you can't blow up the balance again and not be able to pay it off.
So no, I use that to keep a track, right? So when you, like you said, when you do taxes, you have to have a track of it, right? So I had the money. I just used that card to keep it all in one. So I won't have to be going into my.
I get that. I am saying at one point you did build this up to $25,000.
Yeah.
You have, since August, paid it off. Honestly, it was the most, just like a couple months ago in that most recent statement. Mm-hmm. So this is a temporary thing. Like this was a very quick thing. This was, you got a big check, you threw it and paid it off. It wasn't we put a few thousand to it on a monthly basis via our budgeting to pay it off. You got a big check and paid it off. So the muscle that most people would have built to pay this off isn't 100% established there. So having access to this massive credit line can still be very dangerous. Okay, what did you cut it down to?
10.
Even still, 10,000 is a substantial amount of money. I'm not saying you're in a bad position. You have paid it off. You've pretty much paid it off. You put a little bit more money on it, and you want to pay it off every month, and you're going to use it for a business. I get that. This was something you've done just in a couple months. And it wasn't through the endless progress of paying it off. It is through a big check hitting, which is great. It sped you up. But you didn't do the budgeting things necessary to necessarily get you to pay this off. So my fear is that if a big check doesn't come in again, if we haven't established this muscle throughout the course of a year, couple years, I just don't want it to go all the way back up again. That's my fear.
It won't.
Yeah.
It won't.
I appreciate the confidence.
But
I wish humans weren't more complicated than that.
But you didn't think I was going to be able to do what I did now. So,
well, I wasn't expecting the big chunk of money. Would that have happened if you didn't get the big chunk of money? Tons of our follow-up guests have made financial progress by going into their spending and cutting costs on those monthly recurring expenses. Like many of them, I've been especially frustrated with high phone bills and confusing plans. But today's sponsor, Helium Mobile, is flipping the script on traditional mobile services. Imagine this. A phone plan that costs absolutely nothing. That's Helium's new Zero plan. you'll get 3 gigabytes of data, 100 minutes, and 300 texts every single month for free. It's the perfect option for anyone who's fed up with expensive bills but still wants reliable service for their daily needs. And for those of you who use your phone for more than just the basics, there's the Air plan. At just $15 a month, you get 10 gigs of data plus unlimited calls and texts. It's an ideal plan for those of us who are always online, whether it's streaming, scrolling, or staying connected. And for the super users among us, let's talk about the Infinity plan. At just $30 a month, this plan gives you unlimited data, calls, and texts. It's the unlimited plan for anyone who never wants to worry about running out of data or missing a moment, whether you're streaming, gaming, or handling big projects on the go. And an added bonus, with each plan, you earn cloud points. These points are your ticket to awesome rewards like gift cards to Airbnb stays, Uber rides, and more just by using your phone and sharing anonymized location data to help improve Helium's network coverage. And for those already on Helium, you got options. Stick with your current $20 plan or switch to a new one that better fits your lifestyle. It's whatever works for you. Ready to cut down those hefty phone bills? Visit HelloHelium.com, download the app, use promo code Caleb for exclusive access to these new plans. That's HelloHelium.com using the code Caleb. Thanks to Helium Mobile for sponsoring today's follow-up. Let's get back in with our guest progress.
I mean,
no, because it was at 19,000.
But it would have happened. It just would have took longer.
Yeah, but you were at
longer.
19,000. You make a really strong income with your expenses, not necessarily needing to. Let's see, how much money did you have left over by the time I built the budget last time? You had an additional. Actually, didn't have. Well, your income was little. Yeah, I mean, you had an additional like 4. At this point, you would have had an additional $5,000-6,000 left on a monthly basis. Like you could have paid this off a lot quicker. That 25,000 with that additional 5,000 on a monthly basis. I mean, this is that would have been 5 months, but you were only down to 19,000. We paid off 5,000.
Keep going.
I know. Okay. Yeah, let's keep going. I don't want to diminish you having paid that off. I really don't. It's just it was a big bill. It wasn't necessarily. Now, a behavior did go into it because you could have gotten the big paycheck and you could have blown it all.
Sure could have.
So, like, don't get me wrong. You still made the right choice when that came in. I just don't want you to build it up. That's my only fear. City Double Cash. We were at 8,124. Why was it at 11,686 before, again, you got a big check and you paid it off? I appreciate the big check, but why was the balance higher?
I don't remember.
Oh,
you know what? Yes, I do. Remember? I went to Dubai for my birthday. Go ahead. Give it to me. You went to Dubai. You blew money.
It's not about that. It's the fact that the only reason it's paid off is because you got a big check. What if you didn't get a big check? It's 2 in a row now. My concern's mounting.
Well, I mean, and the other ones, I didn't get a big one, that one. I went and I paid half of that, and then I went and paid like, I think $1,000 a month or on that one or the other one of them. But I made my payments more than what they were.
But all I know is it went from 8,000 to 11,000, and then you paid off the 11,000 with a big check. So maybe you put a little more towards it, but kind of like last time, you still put more on it than you put towards it, even if you were putting more than your minimum monthly. It's like that still doesn't count if the balance is going up because you're spending more on it. That's what we saw last time when you said that as well. Again, this is not a bad thing. My concern is you didn't build the muscle to pay it off.
So we'll come back. We'll come back in another 8 months, and then you'll see.
It's not about that. It's just it's important
because I could have blew the money on other things.
No. I know, and I do not want to be doom and gloom. In fact, it's just based on the previous conversation and this conversation. I just want to at least acknowledge so that you're able to internalize a little better my concern that this was only paid off because of big checks. Okay. That doesn't mean they were invalid payments. It's just, it wasn't a muscle you built to then pay them off. The balance actually got higher on this card, which makes my concern more. It's just like having access to the credit, is it good for you? I don't know.
That's already gone. It's closed.
You closed this. Yeah. Oh, well, that's good. That's good. Why did you close this?
Because I don't need
No, you didn't close the last one. You said it's 10,000 hours.
No, all the rest of them are closed. I only have one.
So why'd you close it?
Because I don't need but one. You only need one for emergencies. But that one...
No. What about emergency funds?
I have emergency fund, but that's what I'm saying. You only need one to have emergencies, but I don't need one because I have money in my account. Keep going. How about that?
Okay.
Just keep going.
Fine, I'll keep going.
Keep going.
Okay. I'm a little afraid when you start using the word emergency for credit cards.
No, I'm not saying for credit cards. I'm just saying you only need one credit card. But I mean, at the end of the day, that one's going to be for my business.
Navy Federal. This is a credit card, but it's paid off. So, okay. I don't think I had this, or if I did, it was paid off last time too. 17% loan. So this must be. What is this Navy Federal loan here? What am I looking at?
That's the one you had already from last time. That's the one you had from last time.
The snozberries taste like snozberries.
Because you said I used it for the funeral, and you was like, no, that wasn't for the funeral.
So it still has a balance?
No, it's 0.
Okay. Harley Davidson. So you said you paid this off. Was this another big check payoff?
No, I mean, it wasn't a big check payoff. I had been putting a couple of like $1,500 a month on it.
Why that? It was 6%. It was the least. It wasn't the smallest debt, nor was it the highest interest. So no debt strategy would recommend paying that off first.
Yeah, but I wanted to pay it off, so it's mine. I own it.
Well, I mean, same would be for your house and
your
roof and your pool. So, okay, why this? It's because you just love the bike. Let's be honest.
Absolutely, I'm not going to argue with you.
Okay. Well, good job paying it off. What about the home improvement loan of 7%? I don't have that statement.
I meant to ask you, what home loan?
Pool loan, $50,000.
Oh yeah, I owe 22 now.
Okay, so it's halfway paid off.
Yeah.
And what about the roof loan?
I don't have a roof loan.
You paid it off.
Yeah, I don't have a roof loan.
You paid it off.
Yeah.
Okay. You had a roof loan. Mortgage, I assume, is the mortgage.
Yeah.
Okay, so we still have $22,000 of bad debt to pay off. Okay. So again, obviously, why don't I have a checking account?
I gave you one. It should have been with that email.
Okay, let's look at this checking account. Okay, so ending balance $16,000. Is this what we're calling the emergency fund?
No, that's what my bank account is.
Huh?
That's my bank account.
Well, I'm asking if, but you don't call this your emergency fund. Okay. Now let's take a look in here. Oh my gosh, USAA. Look at this. Look all the text is. It's a jumbled mess.
That's because you're reading it on paper. I mean, on my phone.
No. I'm reading your PDF you sent.
It's not a PDF. It was a Word document. Or was it?
Yeah, it's a Word document. That's probably what it's all. Okay. Yeah, Amazon. Mostly just money being sent back and forth. Car wash. No, not much of anything on here. So what's this emergency fund then?
What do you mean?
You said you have an emergency fund.
I do.
What is it?
What do you mean, what is it? Like, how much is in there?
Yeah.
It's, I don't know. I can't even reach it on this one because I don't even have access to it.
You don't know how much is...
No, because I just, like, last 4 months started it. So it should be maybe like $3,000 or $4,000 in it.
Okay. So not much of an emergency fund. Why are we focusing on that instead of the 7% loan?
So I pay myself to put money aside, and then now that I pay those off, that money that I was paying these bills go to that one. So But
why are we putting money aside to the emergency fund?
Because you need to have emergency fund.
You need to have an emergency fund, but how much will that cover? Will that cover your highest deductible?
My highest deductible on my car or my house.
Your highest deductible anywhere.
It's only $1,000.
There you go. So you really only need $1,000 for your basic starter emergency fund. So really the other few $1,000s can go to the home improvement loan. I would just check. I'd make sure that's your highest deductible. What does it cost to run your house on a minimum monthly basis? Because I prefer to go more for that.
Let's see. I'll say probably
I calculated $6,000 last time.
To run it. What do you mean like run it? Because you're talking about paying a mortgage and paying
basic
electric.
Minimum monthly bills.
Right. So the monthly bills for the house,
including food and everything.
We'll say $3,000.
Yeah, it is less now that there's less minimum monthly payments. I'm gonna say closer. Yeah, so $3,000. That can be your 1 month emergency fund. So throw the rest towards the debt. Once the home improvement loan is fully paid off, and we didn't build up any other debts, please don't. Then build up that fully funded emergency fund. If it's $3,000, then it should be at that point $18,000 saving up for the emergency fund. So that'll be our fully funded emergency fund at that point. And should be able to do that relatively quick. Obviously, it'll be even sooner and sooner the more those big things hit. Now, what about this Trinidad and Tobago retirement plan? Okay.
Well, I don't even know if I told you. I know I didn't tell you no Trinidad because I never wanted to go there. But
So Tobago?
I think it was Tobago, but it was not Trinidad because I have never had a thought about going there
Okay.
at all. So
Well, I don't know. I think people say them in the same breath usually.
no. But
Okay, so how's the
I
plan?
don't know. I don't know where I want to be at now. Like, 'cause
Well, what changed?
life, and I mean,
Well, it's been 8 months. It sounds like a pretty established.
well, I just want to see how this acting and modeling goes. I mean,
So no longer a desire to retire.
not right now.
Okay.
Not right now.
You're still doing that other job, that main job?
Yeah, I'm getting for that sooner than later. Sooner than later.
Oh, so you want to be done with that?
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely.
But
Because then I can focus more on the acting modeling. Because with
well,
this
sounds
one,
like it's picking up.
yeah. Because in this one, it's like you have to be like, oh, you got to have leave, or oh, can I? And I don't want to deal with that no more.
Obviously, that's a pretty big chunk of money on a monthly basis. And then you have the military distributions.
That's why, like, I'm not rushing to quit yet. But as things get down
Are
the
you
line,
going to stay in San Antonio?
hell no,
Where are you going to go?
I don't know yet.
Atlanta. If
Well,
it's really starting
yeah.
to take off.
So I have been looking to Atlanta. I had one person ask me to move to LA, and I said absolutely not.
Yeah, why?
Do you see how much it is
Yeah, it's brutal.
stupid expensive?
But if you're actually starting to pick up steam, trust me, I've laughed at a lot of people who've come on the show saying they want to go live that life. And obviously it's a dramatic minority of people that actually make it. But it sounds like you actually might be picking up some steam. Maybe it's worth going to the land of acting.
Yeah.
And that's something that I haven't been able to say.
Yeah. So I have thought about Atlanta. I talked to to my kid and was like, hey, you can stay here because he has a job now. So
He's an adult.
yeah.
So
I'm like, we'll see. It has been talked about. It has been like recently.
yeah.
So
Okay. Well, honestly, that's what I would do. I would focus on, you already have that 1 month emergency fund, throw everything else towards this home improvement loan. No building up the other credit cards. Again, 2 credit cards had a substantial balance, one being actually higher than when you came on before you got the big lump
And they're
sum.
all closed but one.
They're all closed but one, and you can always open more. That just brings my concern is it wasn't the muscle building activity that got to pay off the loans. It was a big chunk of money. That is not a bad thing, but it did prevent us from the muscle building. So what happens now? We don't know. We will literally have to see because that just happened.
Mm-hmm.
I hope you do not build it up because you are on the track to something great.
right.
Continue down that path. Build that fully funded emergency fund. Pay off that pool loan. Maybe move somewhere. We will see. Okay. Well, that's what I would do. Just really focus. Use the Simpler Budget app. Budget. And it'll prevent you from going into debt again. It'll get you to your financial goals that you're trying to get to. Hammer financial score this time. You say you're a 5 out of 10. Let's find out. Spending your budget? You spent within your budget. You did well there. Obviously, we're putting some towards savings where, of course, we should be paying off that other loan, so it's not perfect, but it's pretty darn good, 7 out of 10. Debt, your debt's a lot better. The home improvement loan's not great, but other than that, we're just sitting at the mortgage at that point. Technically, a little balance on that first credit card, so that is going to bring it down. Because of that, I'll bring it down to a 4 out of 10. Emergency fund, you've started. We have a basic baby. You're going to use 1,000 of it. You're going to pay off the city. Will be good. Not the city, the first one we talked about. So that'll bring your debt, I'm going to call it to a 5 out of 10, and your emergency fund will be a 3 out of 10. So that's what you're going to do. Retirement's just about the same as it was last time, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you're going to keep that score 4 out of 10 there. Real estate, just about the same. What's the equity position in the home? Well, it was a little negative with that, the roof repair loan and then the pool loan. It was a bit, I don't know about negative, but it definitely ate into it. What's the house worth?
Now?
Yeah.
$600,000.
And you owe what on it?
$298.
Yeah, so that part's great. It was just the pool loan that brought down the score and the roof loan. We got rid of the roof loan, so that helps. We still have the pool loan halfway gone. So it's definitely better. I'll move it to... until you get rid of that pool loan, I'm going to keep it at a 7 out of 10. Just get rid of it. But your score's definitely gone up, and I wouldn't be surprised if it is a 5.5 out of 10. There you go. You're close to what you said you were the first time. All right. We'll see you in the next one. Make sure you download your Simpler Budget app today. Take control of your money once and for all.